A very good morning to all of you. This is 23rd lecture for the subject Power System and Tool. So, in the previous lectures, we are discussing regarding the lightning. From the last 2-3 days, we had discussed the concept of lightning. What is the mechanism involved behind the lightning? What are the various types of lightning strokes categorized as direct stroke and indirect stroke? And yesterday we are discussing regarding what are the harmful effects of lightning and what are the protection schemes available for the protection against the lightning. So we had discussed there are three protection schemes used for there are three most commonly protection scheme used for the protection against the surges caused by the lightning. So these three protection schemes are named as earthing screen, ground wire, and the last one is the lightning arresters. So when we are discussed regarding the earthing screen, so earthing screen is basically a network of copper conductors installed over the substation equipment to protect our system from the over voltages. So in the next, there is a ground wire. So ground wire is placed above these all things we had discussed in previous lectures. So ground wire is placed above the phase wire, um, so that in the case of lightning discharge, direct lightning stroke, all the excessive current should be gone through the ground wires without disturbing the phase conductors, live wires. So in both the schemes, we have to keep the tower footing resistance as low as possible so that the for the excessive flow of current due to lightning stroke, minimum resistance is offered. So footing resistance is of great importance in ground wires as well as earthing screen. So the third category is lightning arresters. So in the first two cases, it can well protect the power system, your power station equipments, power station or substations from the lightning strokes. But both these schemes, as discussed earlier, earthing screen and ground wires, do not provide the protection against the traveling waves. So traveling waves, it is dangerous for the equipments as well as for the transformers in substations and generators in the power station. So it can create a greater loss to both the equipments. So it both these above mentioned schemes do not provide the protection against the traveling waves. So for the protection against the traveling waves which may reach the terminal operators of the equipment, so lightning arresters are basically used. So lightning arrestor is also known as the surge diverter. So lightning arrestor can also be called as a surge diverter. It is a protective device which conducts the high voltage surges or power system to the ground. Okay. So by looking at the basic block diagram of the lightning arrestor, so this is the basic block diagram of the lightning arrestor. It consists of the two electrodes and one non-linear resistance. The property of non-linear resistance is that during the fault condition, it limits the excessive current flowing to the ground. So during the major fault conditions, the resistance is low. During the normal supply frequency, the resistance is very high so that no current flows through the ground. Whenever there is a fault condition due to lightning stroke, the excessive current starts flowing through these electrodes. Due to that, the spark gets developed across these two electrodes and the excessive current will flow to the ground and the resistance will be minimum during that condition. So this is the VI characteristics. As the current increases, voltage increases up to a certain point. So after that, it will attain a steady state mode. So these both shows the basic block diagrams. So we can say that lightning arrestor will be open circuited during the normal operating conditions and it will be short circuited during the lightning discharge conditions. So what are the various types of lightning arresters available? So the principle behind the operation of lightning arresters remains the same, but in our syllabus there are many types of lightning arresters available. The first one is named as rod gap arrestor. The first one is named as rod gap arrestor. Second is horn gap arrestor, valve type arrestor, multi gap arrestor, expulsion type lightning arrestor. So these are the few types of lightning arresters available with us: rod gap arrestor, horn gap, multi gap, expulsion type, and valve type lightning arrestor. So we will start our today's discussion with the rod gap arrestor. So for understanding the rod gap arrestor, we just look at this diagram. Wait for a second. So by looking at this diagram, so this is the clear case of a transformer. We have to provide the transformer from the traveling waves. So the bushes which are attached to the transformer, there are two rods used which are bent at right angle 90 degree. So this is the upper rod which is bent at right angle 90 degree. This is the lower rod which is bent at right angle 90 degree. So these two rods are separated by a certain distance. The distance between the transformer bushing and the rod is the P. So this is rod gap, this is the distance. We have to remember that the distance between the bush and the rod and the lightning arrestor rod should not be less than one third of the rod gap arrestor distance. ठीक है, इसका distance हमको ध्यान से रखना है because in the case of lightning stroke the excessive current flows through these rods. Due to that the arc is stuck up. So due to that arc it may damage the bushings of the transformer tags also. So the upper electrode is connected to the line and the lower electrode is connected to the transformer tank where it is earth. Okay. So by looking at this arrangement, the arrangement seems to be pretty simple and less cheap, but it has a major disadvantage. When the fault clears, the arc still persists. Okay. So it takes a very long time for the lightning arrestor to perform its duty. So due to that limitation, it can only be used as a backup protection in the case of main arrestor. So if we have to protect the transformer against the lightning stroke, what we have to do, we have to just uh, connect the main arrestor, and this rod type arresters can be taken as a backup protection. If the main frontline protection fails, the backup will work. So this is all regarding this today's topic. All the limitations I had written here in this point, so you can read. So thank you guys.